Hello guys, and welcome back to the recap channel. In today's video I am bringing you a new reality show by Moja Love. Now guys, Moja Love is a channel that is famous for capitalizing on black pain, and we've been saying that no, Moja Love is doing too much. But by this show called X-Deport, listen, this is the show that I did not know that we as South African need. Okay, this show is an eye-opener, and it is hosted by the lady who goes by the name of Gudluza, and she says ukudluza yonke into. And listen, she is one brave black woman. Lalela, never have I ever thought I will be here praising and singing on Moja Love's tune. Moja Love is doing the Lord's work here with this show. So for those of you who do not know what is the show about, the show is going around in factories, wherever you are thinking, looking for foreigners, people who are here in South Africa illegally, and people who do not have passports but they found themselves even having work here in South Africa. So as the name is kind of self-explanatory, it does say it's X-Deport. So of course they deport all the foreigners who are found working in South Africa illegally. And it seems like really they are working overtime here, because they even know the law, the constitutional law. I think it's section 32.3. I think it does say that no one is allowed to be employed or work within South Africa while they do not have passports. When I tell you that this young woman is the bravest woman I've known, she is definitely the bravest woman I know, because the job that she is doing, it's definitely the Lord's work. Okay, it is definitely the Lord's work. She goes to factories and factories looking for immigrants, and I think she does have a tip up with Home Affairs. Like when I tell you that South Africa is a rotten country, and this thing it makes me sad in a big way, guys, because growing up, I remember if you own a spaza shop, you were like a millionaire in our villages. You were wealthy. You will own a big spaza shop. You will probably have a baki, and you will be the most respected black man or black family within the village. But today, all that is gone. All this panza shop industry is within the Pakistan, my friend. And it's so sad, because now, years later, we ask ourselves as South Africans, how did we allow that to happen? How did we legit hand over a spaza shop to my friend? Okay, and we legit allow it to happen. Now, as South Africans, we are struggling because we legit allow my friends to come to our country. Not only did they come to our country, they also stole the idea of a black person owning a spaza shop, and we are absolutely okay with the supporting my friend rather than supporting another fellow black person. So this show within Moja Love is just so sweet. It's sweet. Okay, these people come here in South Africa, and I'm just talking about something very small when I'm talking about the spaza shop. They own factories. Okay, I have seen a factory of making chairs, manufacturing so many things, and they are the factory is operating illegally, because the owner of the factory himself, he is here in South Africa illegally. He does not have documents. When you don't have documents, you have no business running a business within our country. Not only that, he hires so many foreigners. We have so many South Africans, youth, who are sitting at home, starving, hungry, depressed, this and that. They have no jobs. But we also have foreigners, people from Malawi, people from Maputo, people from Zimbabwe, people from anywhere you can think of, who are well within, who are living a healthy, comfortable, soft life, you would say, here within our country, and they are well employed. They provide for their home. back in their countries, and to see Moja Love really doing this show, for me, I am glad. Like, I am happy. To say I'm glad, it's even an understatement. So, like I said, this woman is the bravest woman that I know, because listen, the conditions that she goes to tricky conditions, looking for these people everywhere, and that when you are going to a factory, right? Because she goes to this factory, like I said, and she looks for the owner there. The owners are Pakistans. Guess what? They do not have proper documentation to run a business within our country, but they own a full depot. They own a full factory that manufacture things, and they have hired as staff around about 20 to 30 people of immigrants. Do you understand that? Do you understand? 20 to 30 immigrants are hired within our country. A whole factory is operating, and it's only having foreigners as employees, not even a single South African. Tell me, what do you make of that? Not even a single South African is employed within this factory. Tell me, what do you make of that? Tell me, what do you make of that? So, obviously, when Kutluza came in with her man, within the factory, they start asking everyone else, do you have a passport? They make them to sit to one side, and they start questioning them that, okay, you don't have a passport, yes, you have a job. Okay, South Africans are crying, are starving, youth, and this is a reality. Youth of South Africa is starving. Just look at these people. Just look how many are they. Look how many are they, these men who are here in South Africa illegally, okay? And not only are they here in South Africa illegally, they are living a soft life. One would say they are living a soft life, because listen, once you have a job, once you are employed, you are living a soft life. I don't care how much is your salary, okay? Because things could be worse. You could be getting way less than what you're getting. So for the near facts that you are getting a sort of some money, then for me, you are living luxury. For me, listen, you are living soft life. So these immigrants, obviously, how they do it is that they put them one side while they are looking for their employers. And also, as much as I'm like, this immigrants need to go back home, because they do, guys. They do. Let's not lie. South Africa is one of the highest unemployed country, or rather highest country that have unemployment. Yet we have foreigners, we have immigrants who are living comfortably in our country. Like, guys, the economy on its own is in shambles. Okay, we are suffering. And we have so many immigrants, so many Zimbabweans, so many South Africans, so many people from outside South Africa who are living comfortably within our life, and we are suffering. We are struggling. And no. When it comes to this show, for real, I've hardly ever approved of any show produced or made by Moja Love, because I simply feel like they always capitalize on black people. But on this one, they AIDS, because this is exactly what we need as South Africans. There's a voice for us, because clearly we are voiceless at this point. We are voiceless. We cannot be having factories all over, but the whole factory, 90% of employees in that factory as immigrants, as foreigners. Never mind that 90% of employees is foreigners. The owner of the factory is a foreigner. Tell me, how are we supposed to survive? How? Like, guys, when I tell you that things are bad, even the owner himself, he may not even be having documents. And you know how they feel, because they are owners. They would just feel like they are too big. You are too big for what? You are too big for what? Like, I love Kudlusa, the way she's so brave in dealing with these issues that we're facing in our country. Like, she legit a soldier on. She's soldier on, okay? And in one depot, they actually found an actual cash, okay? Actual cash. And this makes you wonder that, first of all, if you have a business, according to our South African law, your business must be registered, your business, so that you will be able to pay tax, right? So if now you are operating hard cash and only hard cash, that means your business is running illegally, so that your money that you are making will be untraceable, and therefore, and also, why would you even pay a tax when we're an immigrant to begin with, you know? So when they found hard cash, hard cash, that cash was a lot of money. Like, I don't know how much that was, but to me it looks like 200,000, 300,000, like a lot of money to be found in an office, okay? If you have 300,000, it's probably in your bank account where it should be, okay? You cannot just keep 300,000 lying around in an office. What? The 300,000 should be in your bank account, exactly where it should be. And I was just so sad. Like, to say I was sad is an understatement, okay, about this whole thing that is happening within our country. I mean, I'm glad that things are being revealed to us, because yes, we do know this, guys. We do know that our country is just a bad country at this point. Our country is in shambles, and right now, we do see that in our own country, you will have a South African who's working for a Zimbabwean, who's working for a Malawian, you know, and it's bad that in your own country you are employed by a Zimbabwean. Like, it's so bad, you know, and this just tells you, Uguti, what is the future looking like for South Africans? What is the future looking like? Because you will never go to Zimbabwe and find a South African who has employed a Zimbabwean. You will definitely never go to Malawi and find a South African who is a boss and employing Malawians. Like, never, you know, because it shouldn't happen. Okay, if you're an immigrant, you're an immigrant. We should always get the citizenship, or rather them. Yes, because we are the citizenship privileges over immigrants, but not in this country. Not in this country. Things are so bad, okay? And not only things are so bad, they employ these immigrants. The immigrants have no place to stay. And it also makes me wonder, how much are they actually getting paid, these immigrants? Because one, they have no place to stay. They look at all these people that we are seeing right here. They have 0 passports. They are immigrants. They are in our country illegally, and they have jobs. Do you understand? They have jobs. Do you understand the privilege of having a job in South Africa? That's a big, huge privilege. That puts you in a very huge, biggest privilege anyone has ever seen. Having a job in South Africa. Having a job in South Africa, like, I don't even know how to say or to put it. It's a huge, huge privilege to have a job in South Africa. But listen, us as South Africans, unemployed. Immigrants, employed. And also the fact that these immigrants, the people who owns the business, I don't know how much they are paying them. Like, I don't know about the wages, guys. I know that you are seeing a SEP right here, because I want to talk about SEP as well. But for now, I want to talk about the wages, okay? How much are these people being paid, okay? Because now they also sleep in their work of place. You work here, you live here, like, this is your everything. So how much are you getting paid, and how many hours per day are you working? Because as much as we may be like, no, these immigrants, this and this, yes, definitely they need to be deported, go back to their country, but also we need to know that they must also negotiate their self-worth, okay? You cannot be working probably 10 to 20 hours a day, sleep there, starve and all that, and also being paid maybe probably 3,000, 4,000. Like, who who and how are you honestly expected to make a living in South Africa with just even 6,000? You know, how are you expected to make a living in South Africa with 6,000? Like, that money is close to impossible. That money is close to impossible. No one, and absolutely no one, can ever make a living with only just 6,000 rands. No one. It's impossible. It's impossible. Like, you are asking a kind of impossible mission. Why? You know? Anyway, guys, since you are seeing SEP here, yes, I want to talk about SEP. Okay? I want to talk about SEP. Listen, Gudluza, X-Deport, and her team, they go around, you know, deporting these people and that. And listen, the first thing they want to do, since they are seeing that now they are caught in the acts that list, they don't have passports and they are facing a reality of being deported, because they are being told, listen, you don't have a passport. This means you are in South Africa illegally and you shouldn't, okay? You are disrespecting our country and you are disrespecting us as the citizens of our country. So therefore, we are deporting you back to your country, you know? Listen, the first thing that comes to their mouth is, let's negotiate. Let's negotiate. How much do you want? I was so sad. I'm like, what? And he goes like, we normally pay police 8,000. We normally pay police 8,000, but because it's you, we're gonna pay you 10,000. Like, guys, my heart's dropped. So people who are in SEP, people who are supposed to support us, people who are supposed to protect us, protect our country, people who take an oath to serve and protect South Africa, takes bribes from foreigners. Tell me what do you make of that? What do you make of that? Okay, like, they are legit selling the country. The country now, it's for sale. Okay, you are a foreigner. Okay, good, stay in this country. Okay, but in extent or in return, you're gonna have to pay me. Listen, this country is not a big thing. It's not important to me. You like, because when you are a police and you are taking a bribe from a foreigner to keep a businessman, to keep his business running, trust me, that foreigner is gonna call all his family. He's gonna call his brothers, his sisters, his sister-in-laws, his brother-in-laws, his everybody, cousins, auntie, everybody's gonna come here and operate here in South Africa. Let me tell you something that you don't know. Your children, your grandchildren, what is the future of South Africa? Your grandchildren should be working for Pakistan's. That's legit what you're saying, because as soon as you accept that bribe, whether it's 10,000, whether it's whichever amount, you are telling them that it's comfortable. I am selling my country to you. Right now, it's enjoyable to you. Tomorrow, when your grandchildren are suffering, because trust me, that is where we are going with this country. It's exactly where we are going. Okay, your grandchildren will be employed by Pakistans and they will be making bare minimum wage, and you must remember that you sold the country. You sold the country. And at the time that you were doing it, you were not bothered to think about tomorrow, that, hey, okay, Pela, there is tomorrow. There is a next generation. You know, there is a next generation after you. There is us. There is our kids. There's going to be our kids. Those are people that we must protect. Okay. When I'm living right now within this generation, I must not just look out for myself. I must look out for the next generation that's going to come of me. That, listen, I want my children to live in a better South Africa, where all this Pakistan, all these foreigners owning South Africa, it must come to an end. Okay, so there is a station commander here who refuses to work with Moja Love, and Moja Love busted him, and I was so happy because he says that no, he will not be making any arrest coming from Moja Love. You just don't understand how mad this whole thing makes me. Okay, a whole police officer who feels comfortable to say that he will not be making any arrests coming from Moja Love. He refuses to work with Moja Love. Why? Because he's accepting a bribe. Because he is accepting a bribe from foreigners. Okay, And right now, yes, you are a station commander, you are living comfortably, but you don't know what the future holds for you. Who knows what will happen to your grandchildren? Your grandchildren will be employed by these foreigners and they'll be making a bare minimum wage. Why? Because you are selling the country and you clearly do not care about the next generation. You only care for yourself. And the other time they said that no, there are police officers who are protecting a store. Instead of searching and knowing that there are immigrants here who are here illegally, who are not supposed to run a business, operate a business. No. The police is here for the protection. Like, what is wrong with us? Guys, I'm mad. Anyway, this is the end of the review. Goodbye.